The Komodo Dragon is one of the coolest animals alive on the planet. It's the world's largest lizard, with the average male coming in at about 77 kilograms or 170 pounds in freedom units and measuring over 8 feet long, with females being slightly smaller at over 7 feet long and weighing 68 kilograms or 150 pounds. These large lizards are found primarily on the Komodo Islands, specifically within the Komodo National Park. Typical habitats include monsoon forests, savannas, and mangrove forests. Now into why these are such iconic animals, despite not being a charismatic megafauna. It's because it's a giant terrestrial meat-eating reptile. Normal prey consists of large ungulate prey, including Javanrusa deer, wild pigs, and water buffalo. Although they will eat just about anything they find, whether that be small mammals or carcasses that wash up onto shore. What makes them such formidable predators? Don't get me wrong, a large male Komodo dragon is big, but it's still less than 1/10 the size of a water buffalo. And if you're going to take on a bigger opponent, you better be well equipped to do so, or you will see why different weight classes in combat sports are a thing. The first is their iron-coated teeth, because just when you thought the world's largest lizard couldn't get any cooler, turns out they have iron-coated teeth. Komodo dragons have zyphodont teeth, which are laterally flattened and recurved with serrated edges. Many theropod dinosaurs had this type of dentition. Zyphodont teeth are made to cut through prey, cutting through flesh and muscle while also causing a lot of bleeding in the process. What makes Komodo dragon teeth so special is that they also have an iron-enriched coating on the serrations and the tips, which helps maintain sharpness. Other monitor lizards also have this iron coating, but it's to a much lesser degree, which makes sense because they aren't normally going after as big of prey. As if an almost 10-foot long lizard with iron-coated teeth wasn't scary enough, they also have venom. And no, the deadly bacteria saliva was disproved a long time ago, back in 2009. Komodo dragons have a very clean mouths and have been observed licking and cleaning their mouth for 10 to 15 minutes after a meal, like any respectable and classy individual would. What was previously thought to be a mouthful of deadly bacteria has been discovered that it was venom that was working away at animals. The venom of the Komodo dragon is located in the glands inside the bottom jaw. The effects of the venom include lowering blood pressure and preventing blood from clotting, which is going to result in massive blood loss and eventually shock. Essentially, the hunting motto of the Komodo dragon is, "If it bleeds, I can kill it." On top of the impressive physical stature of the Komodo dragon, it's often credited as being one of the most intelligent reptiles, which some people may say that isn't that impressive, but they develop hunting strategies, learn from experiences, even remember specific locations where they previously found food, and have even been observed problem solving and even demonstrating play behavior. These aspects of intelligence help scientists to see that reptiles are not as dumb as we once thought. Komodo dragons haven't just influenced our perception of reptiles, but also made its way into pop culture. And while not as famous as some of the other animals that have appeared in pop culture, it's appeared in the cinematic masterpiece that is Komodo vs. Cobra, as well as Skyfall and The Lion Guard. Arguably its most famous influence over pop culture is that the expedition to explore Skull Island in the film King Kong is based around the expedition to Komodo Island in 1926. So without Komodo dragons, we wouldn't have gotten this. Absolute cinema. Despite being an apex predator, the Komodo dragon is listed as endangered, with its biggest threats being habitat loss, poaching of its food source, and poaching of the dragons themselves. The biggest problem is that the Komodo National Park is so big and there are so few rangers that it's hard to manage the whole national park for illegal activity. So what's being done about this? For starters, there is the Komodo Survival Program, which works to protect and conserve the Komodo dragon, its habitat, and the food web upon which it relies, as well as tracking dragons and monitoring prey species abundance. The KSP involves communities in protecting the environment through training local staff to conduct monitoring and research activities. Komodo dragons are also becoming more popular in zoos, with several of them participating in the SSP, the Species Survival Program. In addition to providing care for the Komodos they care for, many zoos such as the Nashville Zoo and Woodland Park Zoo donate to conservation efforts. But ask not what your local zoo can do for Komodos, ask what you can do for Komodos. For starters, educating yourself is always a good thing. Donating to organizations that help with Komodo dragon conservation can help more research be accomplished so we can better understand how to protect these magnificent reptiles. Third, if you ever do decide to go visit the Komodo Islands, do it responsibly, because responsible tourism can help bring in lots of money towards conservation, but only if it's done correctly. And finally, don't buy any products that contain parts of a Komodo dragon. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you for making it this far. Hit all the buttons to help the channel grow. Hopefully you learned something you didn't know before, and hopefully you do something with the knowledge you learned today. Take care and have a great day.